In any event, what else did you think of the yes and no booklets, Peter?
I haven't had a chance to look in great detail at them, but it struck me that the Yes campaign pamphlet is really about motherhood and vibe and suggesting that we must do this. And these are not good reasons to change the Constitution.
One of them was, surprised me, they said it would save money. What do you think of that? Because you know what's been going on in this area. Will it save money?
The one thing that it will not do is save money. Well, that's not the only thing, but the spending will increase. It will increase exponentially.
Well,
there's no suggestion that this voice will do away with all the myriad of other agencies that we already have providing advice and support to Aboriginal people, but it will add to that by establishing an extensive bureaucracy that will only grow. It's going to be a very expensive exercise.
One of the other things was that they said not only would it save money, that they said it will give practical advice that works. Now, do you think the sort of people who seem to be part and parcel of the Aboriginal establishment are the sort of people who would be giving practical advice? As far as I can see, they haven't been giving that sort of advice which has had the effect of reducing the gap in the past.
No, of course they won't. The people that will be on this voice will be comfortably ensconced in Canberra in their little sinecures, and they will have no more agency in finding out what's going on the ground than the existing organisations. It's just a duplication. I was looking at the Closing the Gap report recently, and one thing that struck me, the most important gap is probably the health gap, and that's the one that they spend most on. And annually we're spending about $550 million a year on health services for Aboriginal people, and of that 550, about 515 or so goes directly to Aboriginal-controlled community health centres. So if that's not grassroots advice and grassroots input, I don't know what is.
One of the things which has occurred or is occurring in New Zealand, where a similar race-based policy is being adopted, is that in determining, when a surgeon determines the priority of operations, apparently a relevant consideration in New Zealand will be the race of the patient. Is this something which you would envisage would be also under consideration here? We saw the other day, for example, a case being brought, as I understand it, to argue that the old age pension should be given earlier because of different life expectancies.
Yes, that's a very frightening example that's happening in New Zealand. It's a race-based distinction, and we're already seeing that happening here in Australia with the proposal to universities should give preference to Aboriginal people regardless of their academic achievement. So it's a part of the same idea.